Systematic musical placeholder. Systematic musical placeholder. Systematic musical placeholder. Yeah. Systematical musical placeholder. 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 Systematic musical placeholder. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, Camel. I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and with me is the amazing Band Hammer.
Howdy, Untethered Live family.
Amanda, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday.
Hump Day.
Camel. How's everybody doing? How's your Wednesday? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Who's first in chat? Who gets a star tonight? Lady B. Lady Biker, you get the gold star for being first in chat tonight. Congratulations. Is this your first gold star? If so, congratulations and welcome to the club. And Lady B says, hello, everyone. Prayers. Prayers back at you. Amy says, Lady B, coming in hot for the gold star. Amy says, 2 Timothy 1:7, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love, the power of love, and of a sound mind. Imagine that. I think Monday night Bible study, I was just talking about that very thing, the power that you have, the authority over the other spirits that are in this realm. And if you don't know about it with your sound mind, and you're not strong enough in your conviction with your love or your charity or your faith, then you don't know to exercise your power or authority over those evil spirits. But if you do know, what a weapon you wield. Good one. Lady B says, hey, Jake and Amanda, prayers. Hey, Lady B.
Hi, lady.
Lady B says, yesterday my Christian neurologist said, please get back in church. And I told him about Jake, and he said he would be listening on Bible study nights. Prayers. Well, good. Tell him you're already in church. I don't have a steeple with all the people, but this is a church, and it does function as such. So you can tell your neurologist to mind his own business. I'm just kidding, because he's a neurologist, right? It's a joke. Anyway, Mabel's here. Hey, Mabel, she says, hey, hi, how you der, Jake the Kraken? I don't have anything to be angry about. Can't release the Kraken if I don't have anything to crack open about. To crack up. Amy says, I just helped save a student's life. Wow. That's awesome. Do tell. I was stocking the restrooms and getting trash when he asked me for help. He said he was having a medical episode, and I waited with him while he called 911. I moved him to the parking lot. He looked bad. His heart was racing, and he was bright red. He was on drugs. The ambulance took him to the hospital. It was a panic attack. I'm glad I was there to help. Yes. Congratulations on your saving his life. That is a very interesting thing to be a part of. And you did it for the right reasons. And I'm glad that you were there for him. And I know he was too. And by God's grace, says Amy, I was in the right place at the right time. Well, you know, it could have been anything. It could have been drugs, but he could have been just legitimately having a panic attack. Could have been something like angina or tachycardia. Those can be very scary, especially if it's never happened before. You might think you're dying. So having a calm voice, a sturdy hand, that's a wonderful thing to have in that moment. Lady B says, Amy, God placed you there at the right time, and God knew you would help him. I believe that. You might be onto something there, Lady B. Lady B says, exactly, Amy. It was definitely God's grace. Prayers, prayers. And Lady B says, hey, Mabel, wave your hand, heart, and welcome. How are you and Hannah? And Lady B says, Amy, can you repost Jake's email? I emailed and not sure if it's correct. Yeah, it wasn't, but I got it now. Sorry, I got to turn my fan on. Hot in here all of a sudden. I can't contain it. I'm so hot.
Ooh.
Mabel says, hi, Lady B. This is Hannah. Mama is cooking dinner, and we are really good. How are you? Hi, Hannah. Nice to see you. Here's to you. Lady B says, hey, Hannah, I just got my kitchen cleaned up myself. Was your school out for Veterans Day yesterday? I think she's homeschooled. I might be wrong. Here's my email address if anybody wants it. By the way, you have 3 days left to order your hoodie if you want one. If you're a member of the show, if you got a J tag, if you're a moderator of the show, if you got a wrench, or if you are a regular donator of the show, you can email me at that email address and give me your name, your address, and your shirt size, and I will send you a hoodie, an Untethered live stream hoodie, Bible study hoodie, for Christmas. It may not be there exactly on Christmas, but it'll be there in the Christmas era. I don't know how long shipping takes and all that because of the, Christmas season, everybody's shipping stuff. So it may be early or late, I don't know, but it will be coming to you free of charge, of course, as a gift, as a thank you for you guys sticking it out with me and helping this channel go somewhere. I could not do it without you, so it's the least I could do to show you my love and respect is to give you a little piece of what we're doing here. So email me if you want one of those, and I will send it your way. Name, address, shirt size, and in the subject line, write the word hoodie so I know the email when I see it. What it's for. And Lady B says, hey, Amanda, thank you. Did y'all get my email? I sent it yesterday. Asked and answered. Lady B says, oh, I forgot to put stream in the email. There you go. And Mabel says, I am homeschooled. Yes, I still got it. I'm still me. I knew you were homeschooled. But we did go to the Remembrance Day parade in town. It was the same thing, but we call it Remembrance Day in Canada. Same thing, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that we don't celebrate the same holidays in different countries. And some we do, but they're different in name or in structure. It's kind of interesting. It's a big world out there, and we're all just getting used to being part of it. Amanda says,
Hi, lady, here's your gold star.
you get the gold star, Lady B. Put a little panache to it. Give her a little bit of pop and circumstance.
I was at the wrong place at first. Hi, Lady Amy, Mabel, and Hannah. Hi, ladies.
He turned down the nozzle on that pot dispenser you got going out there.
Oh, Lord.
Little tweaked up tonight, are you?
No, I was at the wrong line.
Yeah, you're in the wrong podcast.
I am not.
Who's John? What? Lady B says, I forwarded the original email. Well, as long as I got it, I got it. And I did get it. So you're good. I got you down. And by the way, if I get your email, I'll respond to it. Whether it's just a cursory response or whatever. You'll know that I got it. If I don't respond to it, I didn't get it. And Mabel says, or Hannah says, hi, Amanda.
Hi. My chat jumped.
8:14.
Thank you. Hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see you all. I hope everyone is doing good. Happy Hump Day.
Camel.
Hiya, Jake. How are you tonight?
Emily.
Mm.
Yeah.
Feel humpy, huh?
Humpy, yeah.
Humpy, huh?
I'm a little humpy tonight.
Ooh.
You saw the title.
Yeah. Humpity hump.
Lady B says, nice, Hannah. We had a parade at my local town and music, and we all cooked and brought food to the celebration. That sounds like fun. I did nothing except work. I didn't even realize there was a day happening. I was working nose to the grindstone yesterday. I had a big old stack of sweatshirts I was printing front and back. Big stack, about 300 shirts. Just killing it all day long, humping hard as I could go. I finished it up this morning and started another big order. But this time silky shirts, and I hate silky shirts. They're so hard to control and handle, and they get really hot in the press. So I burn all my fingerprints off handling them.
I was going to say, get them done because I don't want to go help you Saturday with those.
No, I know you don't. I wouldn't even ask you to. If you don't grab those right when they come out, if they fall into the box, they fold over and stick. And you can't pull it apart without ruining them.
I helped you with one that was similar to those at one time. Them things stayed hot.
I know. I do it every day,
and you
all
were
day.
feeding the line quick. I didn't have a chance to let them cool off.
I ain't playing. I'm there to work, baby. Got to keep my rhythm going. I don't know what I'm talking about. Lady B says, Amanda, isn't that story amazing that Amy just shared and what she went through? I think it was the guy that went through something. She was there to help. It was the guy who was having a panic attack. Amy, the dead smiley face angel in disguise. Amy is an angel, but not a dead smiley face. She's a very much alive smiley face. Hannah says, yes, Lady B, it was fun, and some of my friends were there too. Oh, nice. So you got to have a little get-together at your little parade. That's nice. Now, when you say parade, are you talking like fire trucks and marching band and people throwing candy from Cadillacs, clowns and things like that? Is that what you guys do too? That's what we do. And horseback buggies and, just anything they can find in the town that looks a little weird, put it in the parade. Santa Claus on horseback, it's whatever. Lady B says, friends are always great to have, for sure, hugs. Yes, that's why we did this, because I have no friends. And now I do. Hannah says, yes, I love my friends. I'm sure they love you too. A smart girl like you can be a good influence on them, keep them out of trouble, huh? Lady B says, I am still very close to two of friends that I had since 6th grade. I've been through a lot together, 100%. Wow. I don't know anybody from 6th grade. That was a whole different world ago. I don't even remember what town I lived in when I was in 6th grade. I've been all over the place. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. Of travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Breathe the mountain air, man. I've been everywhere. Yep. I used to know that song, but I can't remember it anymore, and it's got a lot of words. Mabel says, or Hannah says, that is like my best friend, Maddie. I had an aunt named Maddie. We went to preschool together. Nice. Another thing I didn't do, I didn't go to preschool. Lady B says graduation, college, weddings, kids, grandkids, and passing S. Heart. Passing S? What do you mean by that? Special friendship, Hannah. Love it, says Lady B. If you've been friends since preschool, I'd say that's a special friend. You've got an investment there. You don't want to screw that friendship up. But also you run the risk of growing apart over time because people are different You don't know what you are when you're in preschool. So there's always that. So if you survive that, the growing into adolescence and becoming people, I'd say you got a friend. For sure.
There's the chilling page if anybody's interested.
Coffee. Say coffee first.
Oh, I don't have any coffee. You're drinking coffee.
I'm drinking coffee. Thank you for the person that provides the coffee for the show. That's called a segue, don't you know? Don't you want to have a cup with me? If so, go to the kitchen, pour yourself up a nice hot cup, and let's drink some coffee together and talk about the world. If you don't have a cup, you can get one in the description below. It has my face on it. I recommend the first one. But we also have stainless steel tumblers down there, the big ones and the little ones. They both have locking lids. They keep your coffee hot for hours. They look great on a coffee table, and if you throw it at somebody, it'll leave a nice mark. So get one while supplies last. Also, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you want to show a little love. If you want to feed Jake. That's feed Jake, not the other thing you heard. You can do that at CashApp, $JakeJohnsonband, and I really wish you would. I appreciate that very much, if you can. And one last thing. If you would like to hang out with us and get to know each other and understand why I'm wearing Fox on my feet,
Purple Fox at that.
you can do that over at Facebook.com/UntetheredLive chilling. It's a great place to hang out and share pictures, text, videos, and memes and chat and get to know one another. It's free. It's yours. It's there. It's available. It's wondering why you're not there already. So get one while supplies last, and we'll see you there. And now, segue back to the show. Now you can talk about it.
There's the chilling page if anybody's interested. And Jake's got on Purple Fox.
Purple Fox feet.
Purple Fox feet.
Because I'm a foxy kind of guy. Amy says, like, shared, and invited some friends. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that very much. Aaron, what's up, brother? Nice to see you, my friend. And then my chat jumped.
8:32.
We spent half the show telling each other where we're at. You know that, right? Can you hear that?
I hear a big truck or a tractor or something.
You know that sounds like my air conditioner is scrubbing.
Oh, no, I can't hear that. I hear something humming.
There we go. Aaron says, it's Jake. Faints from excitement and has to be carried out. I'm too excited, that's for sure. Patty's here. Hey, Patty. She says, hello, everyone. Patty, nice to see you. Aaron, my friend.
Hello, Aaron.
I got home late tonight. I didn't have a chance to put the video in, but I will be doing that this weekend. We'll make that work. Linda Davis is here. She says, happy hump day, camel, camel. Hey, Linda, how are you, sweet lady?
Hi, Linda, hun. Hi, Patty.
Amy says, hi, everyone. Patty says, Miss Amanda. Aaron says, Aaron is passed out, Amanda. Why is Aaron passed out?
Passed out from seeing you. When you came in, he was passed out. He passed out from excitement.
Oh, I thought he said I did.
No. He said Jake comes in or however he worded it and passed out from seeing you.
I misunderstood. Debbie.
Oh, he's putting his feet up again.
That's for you. Debbie says, howdy, everybody. Amanda says,
LOL, Aaron.
Amy says, Lady B, I have two best friends I've known since I was a teenager. I don't know anybody from my childhood. Nobody. Except for maybe a cousin or two, but that's it.
Hi, Debbie.
Amy says, pokes Aaron with a stick. It's the most dangerous animal on the planet. In his natural environment. It's Aaron. Poke him with a stick. I don't do accents very well. Sorry. Aaron says, I learned how to make them talk finally, Amanda, and it on time. It freaking mind-numbing. It's freaking making them talk is mind-numbing. Got it. Talking about AI videos. Well, good. I need some new music, about a minute long. And I need some kind of new animation for my intro. So help me think about that.
Way to go, Aaron. I knew you could do it.
I need an animator on my team, so you're in the right spot. Amy says, I usually get that area where the student found me before lunch, but due to unforeseen work, I waited until after lunch, and you did it at just the right moment to catch him in need. Tell me God doesn't work in special ways. Tell me God doesn't put people where he needs them. I believe he does. Aaron says, I'm awake because Amy poked me with that dirty-ass stick she got from the dumpster. Well, I'm glad you're awake, Aaron. I'd hate to think you were sleeping during the show. You can't wield a sword while you're asleep. That's dangerous. Debbie says, that is some big bird bush if it takes two hands. Oh, no, you can get two hands in a tiny one, I promise. Ain't that right?
I plead the fifth.
Well, that's not conducive to my reputation.
I don't even want to go down that line of conversation.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that one slap alone.
Suit yourself. Amy says, dumpster dirt, Aaron. Dumpster dirt. Aaron says, LOL, Jake. He was on drugs. Hey, I've had panic attacks on drugs before. That was just me joking, though. There's no understanding of why he did it. It was just, sometimes people have issues. Nonetheless, it was good that she was there to talk him through it and get him through it. Amy says he was listing off meds to the 911 operator, so yeah, kind of. He was having a reaction to his ADHD meds. His heart rate was 120. Okay, well, the typical arrangement for a doctor to give for ADHD is a drug called Adderall. Sometimes it's Ritalin, sometimes it's Adderall, both of which are government-sanctioned, clinically moderated methamphetamines. That's what they are. That's the drug that they're using. It is a offshoot of that chemical. If you know what the chemical makeup of methamphetamine is, it's that minus or plus one or two little molecules to make it a little bit different, but it's still the same basic structure. It'll get you high as balls. So he was, in fact, speeding his titties off. Peeking. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. There's the answer to that. Even when I was trying to be funny, I was right. And heart rate being 120, I'd say, yeah, methamphetamines. My guess is he took one too many and was not prepared for the sweet rush that overtook him.
Or he just started taking them in the way it made him feel, made him panic.
Yeah, if methamphetamines will get you in a way, it's exponential. If you take more, you get higher to a certain point. And if you go over the line, you keep getting higher, but your body don't know what to do with it. So it kind of freaks out and everything just says, stop, let me off. But you can't get off because you're on the ride, you know. And that'll make you panic, for sure. And that's when you start blacking out and having tunnel vision and all that good stuff. Oh, yeah. Aaron says, I need to go outside and walk mentally. I feel off. It would probably help you better if you walked physically. It's better exercise anyway. Oh, the period goes after walk. I see. Mentally, I feel off. Got it. Why do you feel off mentally, and what can I do to help? Angela says, hello. Hey, Angela. Nice to see you, lady. Lady B says, Jake and Amanda, fire, 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 fire. Amy says, take us with you, Aaron. We're family, right? You can put your phone in your pocket and skibbity boo bop down the road. Just be careful you don't get agony of defeat. So don't be indiscreet. Amy says, hi, Angel.
Hugs, Aaron.
Lady B says, hey, Angela. Heart. Rachel's here. She says, thanks for the birthday wishes yesterday, Jake. My pleasure, sweetie. Amy, Amanda, though you didn't, and Kevin.
Hi, Angela. And hi, Rachel. Happy belated birthday.
Well, I did it. So
She said you did it.
her and I are a package. So she did it by way of me, if that helps. But I remembered you. I got you right here on my card, actually. Birthdays. But that's the wrong one. But I got a card right here with birthdays on it. And Rachel says, ha ha ha. Thanks, Amanda. I guess I'll accept it.
I didn't get on Facebook yesterday.
did-
LOL.
Did you have a good birthday? Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? Did you get lots of presents?
Did you get drunk?
Did you get a birthday cake? Did you get some? Anyway?
Did you get some of something?
Something? A little something? On your something? As long as you didn't get something that you can't get off. You know what I'm saying? Rachel says, all good. You okay? Heart. Amy says, Rachel, happy belated anniversary of the day you escaped from the womb. That's a way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a prison break, only softer. And gooier. Lady B says, Amy, your friends are lucky. I have never met you. I think you're amazing. And Aaron says, I can arrange that. Big John Nugget, what's up, brother? He says, how you all doing, family? Who's John? No, the other John. I know who you are. Aaron says, Amy, take you with me. Peace and gotcha. If you put those together, I'm just saying. Amy says, I got my reply confirmed. I was busy, or I would have wrote more. Oh, hey, skyscraper.
He done got himself booted.
Oh. That's what you get for being a moron. You can't do that around here. This is an actual place of, established lore, and you can't just come in here running your mouth. You got to be a nice guy. Be a nice guy, or I stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Sound kinky.
Yes. Amy says, hi, Nugget. And Rachel says, Amy, thanks. Was a good day, I guess.
Hi, Nugget.
That's all you can ask for, is a good day. Amy says, hi, skyscraper. Welcome. Please like and subscribe. You see how people are welcoming you and being nice to you, and you come in here like a jackass running your mouth? You see how that's a problem that you need to work on? You see how you could walk into a room and say hello instead of whatever it is you're doing? Because it's not going to get you very far in life to be that way. The sad thing is you will never know what you could get from being in this particular group, because this particular group is very loving and very giving and very, very eager to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And what you did by walking in here running your mouth like a child is you just robbed yourself of possibly a lifetime of people that would just love to cater to you. I hope it's worth it, because it just cost you everything. Amazing what a little forethought will do. Patty says, hey, Big John from across the pond. 007 living in heaven, huh?
Hi, Sky.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Amy says, what do you call a guy with a rubber toe? Roberto. That's a Spanish joke. You'll get that later. Aaron says, ass bag about to get thrown across the chat.
Sky, be respectful or I'll boot you.
I already have.
Yeah, we did too. I think Amy got him. Aaron got him. Somebody got him. We warned him 3 or 4 times and he kept on, so we kicked him out.
Yeah, I see it. Good gracious. Amy says, give him a minute, Aaron. First appearances can be deceiving. Yeah, but that guy, he's not trying to make friends. He's trying to run his mouth. And he's insulting. And we're not going to have that. I told you guys before, lurkers, I'm very protective of one thing and one thing only. You can say whatever you want to me. I got thick skin. I can take it, and I can usually dish it out better than you ever thought you could. But you don't insult my ladies. That ain't going to fly around me. If you were here in person, I'd slap you in the mouth and then look at you in the eye while you stood there and did nothing about it. You don't talk to the ladies like that. They didn't do anything wrong. That'll get you out of here faster than anything else. Amy says, I don't think so, Aaron. Sorry, Skyscraper, that's your warning. And he's gone. Amy says, never mind. Aaron says, I'm about to torch his ass. He's gone.
Yeah, Aaron got him.
Peace. Amy says, home run over the fences. You see? How does that make you feel? Now you can't run your mouth, but you're still there, and you're still watching from the outside. But you can't say anything. Does that make you feel better? You feel like you've achieved something tonight? Because as soon as I get done dumping on you, I'm going to forget you ever existed, and you will never enter my mind again, or anybody else's. We will continue having the great night we started having without you. Enjoy. Aaron says, even skyscrapers fall. They fall harder.
He's been booted before.
Now he's been hidden from the channel, though. He won't be back.
Oh, poor baby. His loss.
Amy says the only thing that would happen there is he'd fall in love and I'd fall asleep from boredom.
That part.
Wait a minute. He said that about me. That hurts my feelings. Aaron says, Jake's shirt's a good color. I like this shirt. This color looks decent on me. I don't like regular brown, but I like burnt brown, this is kind of like a charcoal brown, but not quite. Lady B says, hey, 18-piece nugget, John. Smiley face. Angela says, did anyone get good pics of the Northern Lights? Not recently. Did they do something special? I think I got a screensaver around here somewhere. Lady B says, Angela's seen a lot of pics from Alabama that people posted on our local news stations. Are you guys getting Northern Lights in Alabama? Is that what you're saying? We must be having a solar storm then. Or the sun's reaching a solar maximus. They don't usually show up this far down. That's interesting. Debbie says, woohoo, I love the slippers. Me too.
He's a slipper thief.
Angela says, I live in the city and my house is surrounded by trees. Between the lights from here and the trees, I can't see it. I didn't realize that we were having extra northern lights.
We wouldn't be able to see him for the trees either. We'd have to go out to the pasture.
You can walk out to the road and get a good view of the sky.
That's what I'm saying. We have to walk out over there to that pasture.
Aaron says, I'll have to work on that. Dumpster dirt might be my new name. I like it. Dumpster dirt.
LOL, Aaron. That's dirty.
Dirty, dirty, dirty. Aaron says, yup, better than old Stanky Boy.
True, LOL.
Stanky. Debbie says, just don't dumpster dirt your stripper name because no one wants to see that. Aaron says, context, burnt out and work my manager. Burn out at work and my manager's a sneaky, lazy ass who is the worst snake since Satan. Wow.
Keep going. He's got 3 things or 4 things there.
All the staff stays up half the night, dreading going into work to deal with him, and he sneaks off and does nothing and just calls us to do it and sits in the office. And then when he does come, he's 2 hours late, and then he covers his tracks, and him being a manager, his salary, so he's not held accountable for what he's doing. Okay, that was my rant, and I feel better now. All right, well, you're only responsible for what you do. You're not responsible for what anyone else does. So you just go to work and do the best job you can do and let whatever that guy says roll off of your back. It's not worth letting it get into your head, especially if you know and do the job better than him. He's just a thing you have to get around during the day. That's it. And if you stay out of his way, he doesn't know to fire you. So if that's what you're worried about, just stay out of his way and don't listen to a word the guy says. But you're better than that, and everyone around you knows it, just like you know it. So just show that guy what his real potential is. Just turn him off. Show him up every chance you get. That's the only way to handle a guy like that. I have a boss that likes to talk. And by talk, I mean he likes to talk. He doesn't want you to talk. He wants to talk. So the conversation is him talking. Period. Nothing you say is important, and he's trying to hurry you up to get to where he can talk again. So I've had to learn how to just let him talk and ignore it. It used to drive me batty because I like to talk too, but I like to have a conversation. And you're not having a conversation with him. You're just waiting for him to stop talking. That's it. Because even if you did say something, he doesn't care. He just wants to keep talking. If he had his way about it, he'd have both sides of the conversation.
And same conversation.
Lady B says, my students took 4 to 6 weeks for generic Adderall to get in their systems. The school nurse, hold on. Sorry, my chat jumped.
8:59.
My students took 4 to 6 weeks to get generic Adderall into their systems. The school nurse administered it this at breakfast in the morning, and it would slow them down. Diagnosis ADD, students to focus on school. Yeah, it's methamphetamine. Trust me. People that have what the modern science calls attention deficit disorder, it has the opposite effect on them than it would on a normal person. And the reason for that is because their brain's wired a little differently. That's all. Debbie says, tonight the northern lights were on the horizon here. Nice. Aaron says, what's solar maximus? It's where the sun reaches a peak of electromagnetic energy it goes through a cycle every 11 years. It has several cycles, but the main one is every 11 years. It goes solar minimus to solar maximus every 11 years. And that's when it's throwing out. Have you ever seen the videos of them having the big arcs coming off of the sun? Those are actually flux lines coming off of its magnetic field. And the fire is magnetically charged to the flux lines of that magnetic field, and they make an arc. Solar maximus is when it's throwing off the most of those, and they can reach as far as the Earth. We have a magnetic field, so when it hits the Earth, it circles that magnetic field and comes down at the poles, the origin of that magnetic field, and where it comes down at, that's where the northern lights are. It's actually charged particles lighting up or burning the impurities out of the atmosphere in those spots. So that's what a solar maximus is. I hope that helps. I'd give you a better description, but I can barely breathe, so I'm doing the best I can do to keep talking. Mabel says, yeah, that's Mabel. Ciao, everyone. And we are back. And we were still listening, but there's no phones allowed at the table. Jake and Amanda, how are you? I understand. Nice to see you. How was dinner?
Hi, welcome back. Hi, Mabel, or Hannah and Mabel.
And that's a good rule, by the way. No phones at the table. I understand totally why you do that, and it's a very good rule. Keep the family together at some point. Dinner's as good a time as any.
Yes, we typically don't mess with our phones at the table either.
Big John says, Trump going to be richer. Deadline looming for the BBC. And we had Northern Lights too in Britain. Nice. Yep. Is he suing the BBC for that
Yes.
video clip?
Yes.
He should. He should, because that was dirty. If you don't know what we're talking about, they took a video of Donald Trump talking at January 6th rally where he said we were all going to go down the street and go support the senators who were counting the votes and give them our support, and we're going to fight like hell. They took all of that in the middle out and said, we're going to go down and fight like hell. And that's what they showed on TV. That is not what he said. Aaron says, oh, I'm a child. We all are. What are you talking about?
He's talking about the BBC comment. He's being dirty.
Oh. I don't think that's what the C stands for.
Yes. He's thinking adult film.
I got you. The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, welcome back. Your channel name always reminds me of that ball on a string on the pole game that you slap around and someone else slaps it back.
Tetherball.
Tetherball? It's the opposite of that. It's untethered. And that's a perfect analogy. The ball is tethered to the pole. Well, the pole in this scenario would be religion. And I am untethered from that pole. You're welcome. Welcome to the end of the thought process. How do you like it?
I was just fixing to say, welcome to the end of the thought process.
Mabel says, and to answer your question about the parades, there were police cars and fire trucks and many marching soldiers. Nice. And RCMP. And they were wearing very beautiful red uniforms and riding their horses. Oh, you got the mounted police, too. That's cool. That's what RCMP stands for. Stands for something Canadian Mounted Police. I can't remember what it is. But yes, that's cool. Do you guys have statues of Rocky and Bullwinkle, or is that just in my imagination?
Royal?
Might be Royal.
I think it is. Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Yeah, I think you're right. Amanda says, bad Aaron.
LOL. Aaron, bad.
Annie says, I'm sorry that happened to you, Aaron. Been there, done that. Big John Nugget says, British Broadcasting Corporation, not the other thing, Aaron.
See, Nugget knew too.
Surrounded by 12-year-olds.
Bunch of perverted men.
You guys see that lady on YouTube with the big glasses, kind of heavy-set lady that does the bad designs? She always says, 12-year-old child, run this by 12-year-old child and you'll solve this problem. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Y'all should look into her. She's pretty funny. All the different logos. Like, there's a van that says, Big City Bad Cock on it. But when you open the van door, it just says Big Cock on it.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that.
Not 10.
I got it. For some reason, I'm at 9:14. Amy says, hi, Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Welcome back. And yes, hi.
Hi, Gypsy.
Mabel says, it was quite a good time. And Hannah and her friends were getting candy and giving it to the little ones that were around. It was very sweet. I bet I would have loved to have been there. I love parades. Amy says, I'm already behind schedule, so I'm not stressing it. Right on. Aaron says, we've been doing that. But the problem is the nature of what we do is impossible for one guy. And we get in trouble for things not getting done. And it's all federal law. Right. Understand that. I know, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you're dealing with somebody in the office that isn't pulling their own weight. Unfortunately, in a job setting, everybody should be pulling their own weight. And when there's one guy that's dead weight, everybody else has got to compensate. Now, if you're getting in trouble for that, somebody should bring it up in a meeting. This is the reason we're getting in trouble. You need to stop that, and everything will work fine. Him being the boss, though, that might be a problem. Lady B says, "Lamau, Jake, hearing you talk about your boss." It is what it is. Aaron says, that's because you were beating me with a stick, Amy. Why you're behind? Yeah, you're behind because you were beating him with a stick.
He likes it.
He does like it. Cosmo, what's up, cuz? Nice to see you, buddy. How are you?
Hi, Cosmo.
He pops in like that guy on Seinfeld.
Right.
Mabel says, yes, we see this last night. It was so pretty. Very red and green. I allowed Hannah to stay up late and watch them together. And dinner was great, Jake. Thank you. Awesome. I had a good dinner, too. I had fried chicken and stroganoff and green beans. Delicious. Very good dinner. Very filling. Aaron says, I have a friend named Cosmo here in Florida. Nice. I got a cousin named Cosmo right here in the chat. Hey, Cosmo, how you doing?
Guess that'd make him my cousin, too, huh?
No, that's not how that works.
By marriage, yes, it would.
Lady B says, Nugget, they all flew in to vote at 5 p.m. to stop the government shutdown. Anybody heard anything? I heard that the Democrats are going to cave because they're a paper tiger. A paper tiger, no backbone. And Mabel says, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. That's it. It's been a while, but I do like those guys. Now, the Rocky and Bullwinkle thing, that's what we all want to know. Mabel says, I always thought it was mountain police before I came to Canada. Right. It's mounted police. But they're in the mountain, too, so you're not wrong. And Lady B says, then Jake said if his boss could, he would have both sides of the conversation, right? And I yelled out laughing so hard. I love Jake's humor. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. I try. Aaron says, I'm 13. Right? I have moments. Amy says, oh, I know that channel. The lady with the big boobs. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, I love her. Her sense of humor is very good. And she finds these weird things all over the place, different, like signs on buildings or labels or marketing campaigns that are just hilarious, the way she looks at them. I can't remember her name, but if you guys ever find, she's a red-headed lady with big glasses and big boobs. She's the one you want to listen to. She's funny. Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla says, hello, glad to be back. Wave your hand. I was glad to have you back, Gypsy. Nice to see you. How's your world been treating you this week? Mabel says, big black chickens? Big black chickens, yes. Aaron says, I think she got OnlyFans sad. The woman that I'm talking about, I don't think she does OnlyFans. She might. I don't know, actually. I don't actually follow her. I just see her all the time. She might. She seems like she's more wholesome than that, but, I mean, girls are doing all kinds of crazy things to make a living these days. It wouldn't surprise me. Aaron says, Mabel, what they call a chicken. Yeah, I think she gets it. Mabel says, you know. You know. Aaron says, smiley face. Aaron says, dinner, smiley face. Amy says, she also does Hollywood fashion. What's the price? Yeah. Like that Balenciaga stuff, or however you say Balenciaga. I think that's how you say it, Balenciaga. Ridiculous stuff, like really stupid things for exorbitant prices. Rich people are dumb.
Yep, they have more money than they have sense.
Mm-hmm. I saw a pair of pants that was just made out of strings of pants. You know, like when you rip your pants and they get the little strings. The whole pair of pants was just the strings. It's like seams and strings. So why would you pay for that? That didn't make any sense to me at all. It didn't even look good. It's weird. But anyway, Mabel says, I tell you this. It starts with a C. I know this. It starts with a C and ends with a O.
Ooh.
Big John says, cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo. I don't mind if I do. Aaron says, oh, dang. Aaron says, I got a taste of nachos.
Got a taste for nachos.
For nachos. Nachos can be good.
Yeah.
I like nachos. I like nachos supreme with all the stuff on it and sour cream and yes. But I don't like eating chips. Get in my teeth. I don't like that. So I got to be in the right mood for it. And it has another C and a K also, much like chickens, as you can see, says Mabel. Yes, I think that's why they call it the ever male chicken version. You know, that chicken that is mentally retarded. I know this because it goes outside and screams at the sky all day. Ah! That's what he's saying. Ah! Does anybody see this? There's a giant fireball in the sky. Ah! That's what a rooster says. You didn't know that?
Oh, your squeaky scream is hilarious.
Will you come fix my light? It's bugging me. Where are we at? Mabel says not so many letters, though. No, 4. It's a 4-letter word. Aaron says, don't choke the chicken. It'll go limp. I saw a shirt today that had a rooster on it with a crazy look on his face. And it had an F ... caw, C-A-W ... F. So it read, fuck off. It's hilarious. Mabel says, Hannah says, buenas noches to her Spanish friend to say goodbye. And I think she knows it is wrong, but it is quite funny.
I can't put your light. It's super hot.
Is it hot?
Cord, the plug, everything.
Nah, that's why it went out. Okay, you're going to have to deal with me with having my face in the dark. My light died. Sorry. I need money. Sorry. I need a new lighting rig. I know that. This thing is driving me crazy. It's old. It's given me 4 good years. All right, we're at the bottom of the chat. Can you believe that? What are you guys doing over there? Debbie says, 8-Ball, did Aaron choke his chicken? 8-Ball says, I don't think so. Could be, though. Quentin's Nachos. Quentin's Nachos. Very suspenseful. Amy says, Quentin's Nachos. And Mabel says, very suspenseful. Debbie says, whew, I'm glad the chicken is safe.
Right.
No chickens are safe around me.
Aaron.
Aaron says the rooster's screaming because it saw the female drop an egg out of her butt. I'd be scared too. It noticed that there's a big fireball in the sky and nobody's acting weird about it. It's freaking out. That never comes up. You ever wonder about that? Have you ever looked up? There's an entire cosmos out there of rocks flying through space at thousands of miles an hour, and nobody's driving, and it never comes up. Almost never is anybody talking about it. We just act like it's normal. Mabel says, I mean, with the lighting, it's very suspenseful. Yeah, it makes me look like a villain. If I was lit from below, I would look like I was plotting to take over the world. Allow me to introduce you to the Twilight Zone.
Lady says, Jake, get a coffee cup with the face looking up, screaming, LMAO.
Yeah, I like that idea. I might have to make something like that. Big John says, not chicken safe with me cause I am chicken plucker. Chickens aren't safe with me because I'm a chicken plucker. Plucker, PL, plucker, chicken plucker.
I just got a notification. Government reopens.
Government's back open, ladies and gentlemen. Trump won. Don't play chicken with a man that isn't afraid of anything. Amy says, but the hens have an ellipsis come out of their butt every day. ... comes out of their butt every day. That's wild. And Debbie says, Henny Penny tried to warn us all, right? I like it. Aaron says, Amy, you know how to make a good fried chicken? Dip it in the grease when it's hot. How? Mabel says, $1 billion. Aaron says, I haven't had it in years. Fried chicken? Really? I had it tonight. I love fried chicken. I can live on chicken. Pretty sure I could anyway. Amy says, absolutely, Aaron. And Amanda says, I make awesome fried chicken. Chicken, smiley face. She does. It was delicious. A little hot sauce. Oh, yeah.
Little ranch.
I don't do ranch. I do ranch on hot wings. But not on regular chicken. I don't know why it would work, but it's just not what I think about when I think about chicken.
Yeah, I just do it sometimes. I get a taste for ranch on my chicken.
The Lady B says, Aaron, egg, smiley. And in that order. I'm that good, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder what it would look like if I was lit from the ear. Nope.
Jake ate it all. I was gonna say I'd send you some, Aaron, but Jake ate it all.
Yeah, I do that. Aaron says, damn, now I'm hungry for chicken, right? Big John says, double batter chicken. I like the Chinese way they do it. You know what I'm talking about? They have some kind of batter that they make out of egg and milk, something else. I'm not exactly
It's
sure.
a buttermilk.
But they bread it, and then they dip it in the egg, and then they bread it again, and dip it in the egg again, and bread it again, and fry it. It's delicious. It might be buttermilk. There's something else in there, but I don't know what all they do. But egg is part of it. Aaron says, oh, wait, I had Popeyes. Does that count? Yeah, that's chicken.
It don't count as homemade chicken.
I mean, it's chicken, though. I like Popeyes. Lady B says, nugget, ℂ𝕠𝕝𝕝𝕝𝕝. Sorry. Aaron says, it's hard to fry in an RV, and the air fryer is not the same.
No, why don't you get you a little like Fry Daddy or deep fryer? Sit right there on your counter and you could deep fry it.
You can go to the dollar store and buy a Fry Daddy for like $10, I think. Or used to could, maybe $12 now, but
you can get a little fryer, a small one just for you.
That's
Fry
what I'm
a
talking
piece or two of chicken at a time.
yeah, they make a small deep fryer like that big. Or you can get a hot plate and a skillet. Fry it outside. Just go outside and plug it in. Big John says chicken balls, then fry it in peanut oil. I didn't know chickens had balls. I bet they're chewy. Amy says, here, kitty, 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 kitty. Secret breading for chicken. Right? The Chinese way. Lady B says, prayers have been answered. TSA will get 70% of back pay back. I'm so glad my friend at Space Flight will get paid again. Yep. Well, they got paid before. Trump paid the, well, at least he paid the military. I don't know if he paid everybody, but he paid the military out of his pocket, I think. Or he did it, he moved some money around and got them paid. I'm not exactly sure how he did it, but I don't know if Space Command is involved in the military or not outwardly, so I don't know if they got paid, but he did what he could anyway. And Mabel says, I love the air fryer because it is very easy for Hannah to use. I often let her choose her lunch, and she makes it herself and loves to use the air fryer. Yeah, Amanda's crazy about hers, too. I don't care about it. I like a skillet. But she's into that air fryer. And then, what is it, a Ninja? What do you call that thing?
Yeah, I got a Ninja. It's everything. It's a air fryer, or a baker, or a toaster, or a boiler. It does everything. Dehydrates.
Aaron says, I do mine like that with egg and buttermilk and flour. All right. Well, that's the way. That's a really good way to do it. Amy says, Aaron, I fry my chicken in my air fryer. The key is you have to brush oil on it midway through after you bread it and start cooking it.
I love mine too, Mabel.
That's one way to do it. Amy says golden brown. Oh, yeah. Big John says you can get pork balls to Chinese food.
You can get pork balls too. Chinese food.
Oh, I see. TOO. Pork balls. Yeah, I know they have balls. But I didn't know chickens had balls. I thought they had a gizzard. That does everything, right? Freeze frame, Jake. Aaron says, mine has the shake feature and Wi-Fi, Amy. Your air fryer has Wi-Fi?
Yeah, he can control it with his phone.
Why?
Because it's cool.
No. That's not cool at all. If you're cooking in my house, I want you in the kitchen watching the cooking. Why would you want to be able to control it from the phone?
That's like the Bluetooth washer and dryers and dishwashers and all kinds of stuff now. Everything's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth.
Listen, just because you can do a thing don't mean you should do a thing.
I'm not arguing.
That's just ridiculous. When I was a kid, we had a thing called a remote control.
It
My
was
mother
you.
would hit me on the top of the head, and I'd go change the channel.
Yep.
We only had 3 channels, and every now and then I'd have to go outside and get on the roof and turn the antenna by hand until somebody hollered at me to stop.
And if the president was on, your night was ruined because he was on every channel.
Yeah, every channel. That was back when they cared what the president had to say. A long, long time ago. Mabel says, when we order Chinese and Hannah asks for chicken balls, Vic always says chickens don't have balls. Hush, child. Bacaw. Aaron says, I can start it while I'm at work or turn it off. Why? Why would you want to start cooking while you're at work? That just seems like a fire waiting to happen. I got behind the Ring doorbell. I understand the reason why you might want that. I'm going to draw the line at Wi-Fi cookery. Let's have the cook in the kitchen, please.
Well, good. I want a Wi-Fi washer and dryer.
Why?
Because it'll tell me how much longer it's got before the clothes are dry. It'll tell me how far,
You know how much laundry it's got because you put it in there.
No, because it senses. It has a sensor in it. It doesn't really have a timer. It just goes until the clothes are dry.
That's retarded.
When the clothes are dry, it shuts off.
We washed, when I was a kid, it was a tub with a wringer on top. You put the clothes in it, and it shook back and forth, and it was very loud, and water sloshed everywhere. And then you pick up the clothes and stick it in the wringer and try not to get your fingers caught in it as it squeezed the water out of the shirt, and it came out flat into the bucket. And every now and then you get your finger or your collar or your hair caught in that thing, and it rips your scalp right off your head. Yep. Anybody have one of those?
That's not nice.
I sure did. Big John says, I have two walks, only use them. I also have 2 walks, but I only use one of them. I think that's what you're saying. A walk, that's, in case you don't know, that's something you fool with a wabbit. Amanda says, I want to walk. I'll fool one at you.
I bet you would.
Aaron says, I never use it. Aaron says, Amanda, you can have mine. Amanda says, you have a walk, Elwin?
We'll have a walk, Owen?
Lady B says, I agree, Jake. We can't change old school. Be in the kitchen while cooking. I agree. I think it's silly not to be. That being said, I'm not doing the cooking, so I'm not bitching either. As long as it gets done and I don't get my house burned down, I ain't got nothing to complain about, but still. And Debbie says, when I would stay at a cousin's house and they had a wringer washer, not for the faint of heart. No, it's not. Because if you mess up, you'll lose a finger. My cousin got her hair caught in that thing once, and they had to cut her hair to get her out of it, and it was about to eat her head. And those things were strong, too. I mean, you got to imagine, they take a pair of jeans and squeeze them flat. Squeeze all the water out of them. They were strong. It rip your head off if you got caught in it. Aaron says, yes. Walks are cheap at Walmart. Walk at Walmart. Sometimes I think they invent things to cause speech impediments. Lady B says, Nugget, what do you hit a wabbit with? A walk. Corny, I know. Especially since I said that 5 minutes ago. Aaron says, I went for a walk earlier.
Sweet, Aaron.
He went for a walk. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
Lady B says, wabbit, autocorrect. Big John says, Lady B, smiley. Lady B says, nugget, smiley, 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 smiley. Autocorrect. Now I can't stop doing it. You guys are hilarious. Hilarious. I thought Cosmo was here. You just come in and don't say nothing?
Come in with a smiley face, and I think that was about it.
Cuz, what the hell's up with that? You can't say hi, bye, or kiss my ass or nothing?
Maybe his Starlink went out.
Maybe.
The government opened. Elon lost the Starlink.
Yeah. And you'd think this influencer stuff would be interesting to a family member, but they don't care. They don't care. So, how the hell are you? How about them Braves?
How about them Braves? That's baseball. It's not even baseball season, I don't think.
Big John Nugget says,
Oh, you would.
I did beef Wellington the other day. It tasted rubbery. With a name like Wellington, I imagine.
Well, that's a bummer. Well, I wonder why it tasted rubbery. Was it a cheap cut of Wellington?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
It's a steak.
Sounds like an uppity British man.
It's a chunk of beef.
Somebody that goes,
Yeah, what's his name? Gordon Ramsay. That's his favorite.
Gordon Ramsay.
That's his favorite cut of beef.
Amy says, I'm listening, finishing up my work. Aaron says, what's wrong with Jake? Too much walking? What's wrong with Jake? Too much walking? I'm walking here. What are you doing over there? I'm walking here. I'm trying to drive around the city and I'm walking. Too much loving, baby. What?
You got a friend on your green other side.
Oh, Jesus.
Leave him alone. It's a daddy long legs.
Now he's coming my way.
Leave him alone.
Damn spider on my green screen. Sneaking up behind me. Eesh. Now I'm waiting. He's going to jump over my shoulder and attack me while I'm not looking. Mabel says, we have to go. Vic is going to call in a couple of minutes. All right. Tell him we said hello. We haven't spoken since Sunday. Have a great night, everyone. In case we don't return, thank you, Jake and Amanda. Mabel, Hannah, God bless you all. Tell Vic we said hello and we're thinking about him. We'll see you Friday if we don't see you again. Aaron says, Gordon Ramsay. Debbie says, beef Wellington. It's a hunk of meat with a layer of cooked mushrooms, all baked in a pastry shell. That actually sounds kind of good. I've never had it because I'm cheap. Big John says, beef wrapped in pantry beef Wellington. Aaron says, walking in Balton. Walking in Balton. Walking in Balton. Lady B says, it'll be all white, Jake. Aaron, smiley face. Lady B says, good night, Mabel and Hannah. Aaron says, smiley face. Yep. Those wascally wabbits. Following walks all over the place. Trying to get Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd and Penelope Parker in their 1912 Bucket Fudge automobile drinking Mother Fudd Parker Swamp Root Remedy. What? He did say that, didn't he? Lady B says beef Wellington recipe can be complicated. Sounds like it. They wrap it in bacon. Wow. You have food and a location device. Bacon. You wrap it in bacon. Ah, that makes more sense. Boston, where you pack the cat in the yard. I know. I got you. Walking in Boston. That's a hard accent to pull off, too. I can't do it. I know people that can, but I can't do it. For some reason, that northern sound just will not come out of my mouth. I've tried. The New York accent, I can't do it. Big John says, pastry, spell checker, damn it. I was wondering how you would wrap a pantry around beef, but I got you.
You're too southern to get that northern accent.
I think so. I can do the Scottish brogue pretty well and the Irish brogue a little bit. And I can do German, Spanish, but I can't do English. And I can do a little bit of English, but not convincingly. I'm like, there's holes in it. You can tell that I'm doing an accent.
Mm-hmm.
And the New York thing, I just can't even make that sound with my face. Same thing with Australian. They have an R sound in the O sound in Australia. I've never figured out how they do it. When they say like the word no, there's an R in it. Listen to them talk. There's an R in the word no. And I don't know how they do that. I've tried and tried and tried. I cannot make that sound with my face. So I just gave up on it. I'm not a comedian that can do impersonations. I'll just stick to being dry wit and sardonic humor. I'm good at that. Big John says, I cooked it for Princess Margaret in the 80s when I was a chef. Nice. Who's Princess Margaret? Which one is she? Debbie says, for Lady B, breaking. House Republicans just officially passed a bill to end the Democrat shutdown. President Trump will sign it into law tonight at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Back to you, Bob.
That was 3 minutes ago.
Amen. Get him, Trump. Are you tired of winning yet? The Queen's sister. I got you. Okay. You guys have got a very complicated upper class system with the dukes and the duchesses and all of that. I'm not really sure how all that works. I know that there's a system. I just don't know what the system is. And there's a bunch of different titles. I am a nobleman by appointment, but Americanized nobleman. I do have a title, but I was appointed that title. I wasn't born with it. So I don't know how that whole system works. Lady B says, thank you, Debbie. Love you, girl. We'll sleep good tonight. Worried and prayed for the country. Prayers. Aaron says, I've never had that dish. I haven't either. It sounds good, but it sounds expensive. That's the kind of thing you pay $100 a plate for.
It is expensive. It's like a, I don't know, like a full pound. Looks like a miniature roast.
Yeah, I don't need all
And
of
it's
that.
wrapped in a thin pastry and baked, but it's got to be baked to a perfect medium rare.
Lady B says, you should make a cookbook, Nugget. That's not a bad idea, Nugget. Debbie says, I've had beef Wellington, and I put ketchup all over it and got dirty looks.
Ooh.
Oh, well. I hear you. I am too low class for things like that. One of the problems I have with having money is I don't like the accoutrements that come along with being rich. For example, I dated a girl in college whose life dream was to have window benches. Right? You know what a window bench is? It's a seat that is handmade that you put in a window, and the window is arched, sticks out of the house. So apparently you have to have a house big enough that has an arched window in it to have a bench window. And so because she had that kind of taste, and we lived in a shotgun house, by the way, not a big mansion. A shotgun house is the one with the hallway that goes all the way through it, and the rooms are off to the sides, little rooms off to the sides. So in our living room, she wanted the couch to be 2 feet away from the wall so you could walk all the way around the couch. And I'm like, no. Well, why not? Well, because the room is 12 foot by 12 foot, and if you put the couch in 2 feet away from the wall, it's in the middle of the floor. Put it against the wall so you have all the space. Anyway, things like that bother me. Like having a living room that you don't use. Whole set-up living room. Couch, chair, breakfast nook off to the side. You never go in there because you use that living room, the den. That's just for company.
Well,
No.
Some people have a formal and an informal dining room.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
Or a formal and informal living room.
I'm not that guy. If you come to my house, I want you to sit on my couch. I don't want to have 2 couches. One I can sit on and one I can't. That's retarded. So, yeah, I would put ketchup on steak. Aaron says, it would be cool to do a channel cookbook. One thing from each of us, and then make a book. Yeah, that would be cool. That's not a bad idea, actually. We might look into seeing about doing that. And John says it doesn't have to cost a lot. Yeah, I don't know because I've never seen it offered anywhere. I don't eat at places that would serve something like that, so I don't know how much it would cost. But I'm not opposed to trying it. I would like to try it because I've never had it before, but I wouldn't know where to even go to get it unless I made it myself. And Lady B says, yeah, Debbie, I don't ketchup is, Yeah, Debbie, I don't ketchup is, You don't do ketchup? Is that what you're trying to say? Lady B says, back to you, Bob.
I'm not a big ketchup person either.
Yeah, I like ketchup on certain things. Hot dogs, obviously.
Yeah, hot dogs.
Pork chop.
French fries.
Collard greens.
Corn dog.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Sometimes meatloaf.
Always meatloaf. That's part of meatloaf. Aaron says she turned it into meatloaf, LOL. Yes. Big John says, I have ketchup on everything as well. I know people that put it on everything. I mean, I put it on the appropriate things, French fries, that sort of thing. But I don't like dry meat. So I prefer to have like a steak sauce with my steak, like A1 thick and hearty. And if I don't have it, I'll use ketchup because it's the only thing I got. I don't like to chew on dry meat. So, sue me. Lady B says, Jake and Amanda, what would you two like for Christmas? I can't buy you a Corvette. That's a good deal because I wouldn't want a Corvette. I would like your love and adoration and whatever you wish to give. Lady B says, be thinking. Okay. Aaron says, LOL, she needed a bitch seat instead. She did. Big John says, with meatloaf, you could wrap in it in pastry. Yep. I could see how that would be good. Lady B says, what a life dream. I know, right? Place to put your assets on. Lady B says, my grandfather had a shotgun house. I grew up in one, basically. Lady B says, my daddy had a white living room suit. It was for company. Yeah, see, I can't get behind that. I grew up in a world where you have what you need, right? You make do with what you have. I can't see myself having something that much that I don't use. That don't make any sense to me. Why have it if I'm not going to use it? So my brain is too low rent for that kind of thinking. That was the point of that story, was to say that. I have a low rent brain. I have champagne tastes, but I have a low rent mentality. And push beer mentality. Champagne taste, push beer pocketbook. That's how it goes. Now we have informal great rooms, says Lady B. Now I don't even know what that is. We stayed in the demon with in the den with the TV and ate in the living room, right? Yeah, I don't have a den. I have a living room. I have a bedroom. I have a kitchen. I have a bathroom. That's it. A couple closets. I don't have room for anything else. Lady B says, Aaron, memories. I get it.
I
Right?
missed Aaron's comment.
Did I?
Yeah.
Aaron says, my grandma had a plastic covered couch we never sat on. And the day we moved, I ran and sat on it. And then hugged my grandma goodbye. I hear you. Yeah, I remember the old plastic covered couch thing. I've had neighbors that had that. Never made sense to me. If you're so worried about ruining it, maybe you shouldn't be using it. Amy says, I'm back. I was telling the third shift managers about my day. Nice. Big John says, I want to send you and Amanda a parcel, but not go to your P.O. box. I don't have a P.O. box. You can send it right to my house. If you want my address, just email me and I'll send it to you. Email me at UntetheredLiveStream@gmail.com right here. Matter of fact, didn't you email me for your hoodie? Let me look and see.
Yeah, I think you said you got his.
Nope. I don't have yours. Email me at UntetheredLiveStream@gmail.com, John, and I'll send you my address. Lady B says, mischievous Aaron. Aaron says, like cars that they trailer to shows but don't drive. WTF. I know, right? I ride a Harley, and I know guys that have big, expensive Harleys, and they ride them up onto the trailer and then drive the trailer to the show and then drive them off the trailer and park them. And the only driving they get is up on and off of the trailer. Why even have a Harley? It makes no sense. Amy says, I remember that dangerous wooden furniture from the 80s. Oh, yeah. Woods and deer design with the wooden frame and arms. Oh, yeah, with the little cushion that doesn't cover the wooden arm. You bang your head on it. I love that furniture.
And then it had the wooden table with the cushion footrest on each side of the table that lifted up in the middle. Yep.
Aaron says, yeah, lady, I was bad. I still am in a fun way. Yeah, when we put plastic on our couch, it'll be for a different reason. Amanda says,
now I could see that on some of them, Aaron.
Lady B says, ordering love and adoration, free shipping. I'll be thinking still. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I bet you are, Amy. Be careful, says Lady B. And Amy says, old barn design. Yep. Big John says, okay, will, Jake. Not yet. All right. Well, just whenever you do, email me and I'll send you my address. And I need your address too so I can send you a hoodie.
Yes, me too, Amy. My oldest son got 3 staples in his head from that set of furniture. He was bouncing on the couch and leaned back or flipped back, and when he flipped back, his head went in between the back cushions, and he split the back of his head across that back bar.
I got a piece of bone floating right here from my eye socket broke from jumping on a bedpost bed. Remember those beds that had the big bedposts?
The pineapple beds?
I don't know if it had pineapples, but it was some kind of ornate design on the bedposts. My sister had a bedpost bed. It's supposed to be for a canopy,
Yeah.
but the canopy wasn't there. We just had the bedposts. And I hit my head right on the socket on the side and busted my eye socket, and that bone is still loose in there. I can feel it. I was like a year old when that happened. I still got a scar, too. You can see it. Little dash right there. Yep.
Battle scars.
Battle scars.
$10.
Lady B says, after we worked the fields, we could even go in the room, sweaty and clay mud. Couldn't go in the room. Right. Aaron says, I hated wicker furniture. My mom used to get it all the time. Yeah, that's one thing I've never had is wicker furniture. I've never owned any. I know people that have, but not me. Unless it was like an outside thing. I think we may have had an outside wicker chair. Some point. I have a vague memory. It might not have even been my house. I don't know. Amy says the material looked like something Jill Biden designed. Or would wear, rather. Oh, the old couches? The ones I remember was brown.
Yep.
And had like, I don't know, scenery on it or
had
something.
A barn scene and
a
couple old barrels
wagon
wheels and trees and forests. Yep.
Old brown furniture, 70s furniture.
Brown and tan and cream colored with some maroons in it.
Yep. And the big slats of wood for the arm.
Heavy as snot.
Big John says, that's what the mafia used, plastic sheets. That's why the mafia uses plastic sheets. Yep. Lady B says, it was a 1950s home. Amy says, Dollar Tree shower curtains for those cheap gangsters, John. Cheap gangsters, that's right. Dollar store gangsters. And Lady B says, Jake, the flag explains a lot, right?
That's a bed.
Oh, the bed. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Explains a lot. Is that a bed?
Yes.
Well, I don't know what you're explaining, but it does explain a lot. John, if you want to go ahead and send me an email while I'm thinking about it so we don't forget to get each other's address, send me your address and I'll send you mine. That way we have it on file. Because I will sure forget about it. Aaron says, ours was red with flowers like an old lady's dress with a pull-out bed. Oh, yeah. I've got an old sofa in there that's a pull-out bed that looks like it's Chinese. It's red, or it's actually maroon, and it's got like Chinese design all over it. I don't know how to describe it. It's flowers or cherry blossoms or something like some Chinese design, but it's really pretty. Very uncomfortable, but very pretty.
When I was growing up, we had this cool dining room set. It was Jack Daniel's barrels, the actual 55-gallon drum barrels of Jack Daniel's. They were stamped Jack Daniel's and everything. The table and 4 chairs.
Yeah, it's a good thing you don't still have it because it would be a guitar. I would sure cut it up. That you can't get that kind of wood anywhere. That's aged wood. It's got a certain spirit about it.
I wish I still had that set.
I do too, because I'd have me a Jack Daniels guitar. I've always wanted a guitar made out of Jack Daniels or rum barrels. Not Jack Daniels, rum barrels. Or molasses barrels. Anything that has aged anything in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or a piece of wood that comes out of a bog. John, you know what that is. I don't know if Americans know what a bog is, but they got them in England. And they're called bog ash. And what it is a hunk of wood that gets trapped under peat moss and thereby preserved. And it can be thousands of years old and not decay because of the way it's trapped. And they dig that stuff up, and it makes some of the best looking and most quality instruments and furnitures and things like that. I would love to have a hunk of swamp ash or bog ash. It's just hard to find things like that these days. Most of it's just about used up. That's one of the reasons that the old guitars have a sound like a 50s Stratocaster. There's a sound. You can take a 50 Strat and a 2000 Strat and play them side by side, made by the same factory, completely different life, completely different instrument because of the old wood. Well, in those days, all of the wood was still old. We've used it all now. Now everything's made out of new growth wood. So you've lost that age, that mystique to the wood. You just can't get that anymore. We've used it all. If nothing else, that ought to prove to you that the earth ain't millions of years old, because we've used all of the old wood. There is no more. It's gone. Aaron says that couch was heavier than lead, bus carrying the cast of a 600-pound life. Yeah. Amy says, send me yours and I'll send you mine, smiley, smiley. And that's how it works, right? I think I closed my thing. Oh, I didn't close it. Oh, we're good. We're good. All righty then. Lady B says, yep, Aaron, real solid wood. Aaron says, our table was a tank shell with a glass top. Nice. A tank shell? What kind of tank? Are you talking about artillery shell? Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Amanda says,
let me see yours and I'll let you see mine. LOL.
well, I'm already looking at yours. So now. Aaron says the TV stand was a landmine. Whoa, wow.
I'll let you touch mine if you let me touch yours.
All right. Amy says back in the day, we used the old TV as the TV stand for the new TV. Yes, that's how you did it. A big old square console TV. When it died, you just put another one right on top of it. Still don't know why we did that. I guess because nobody wanted to carry it out. Lady B says, before we go, may I send everyone Christmas cards? Send your addresses to Jake. He can send the list back to us.
I knew somebody that had one of them floor model TVs that took all the guts out of the inside of it and turned it into a dog bed.
And Amy says, Lady B, I've already sent mine out. Started sending mine out. If that's not too much work, says Lady B, well, I mean, if everybody sends me their email addresses, I will send them over to you. Aaron says, are those giant console plasma TV cabinets? Yeah, they didn't have plasma TVs back in those days. These were CRT TVs, big tubes, weighed about 900 pounds. Big John says they still have peat bog in Yorkshire. Yes, and there's still hunks of wood in that bog. And occasionally they drag a piece out, and they got something to make something nice out of. It's also very expensive, that wood, because it's very rare. Might be thousands of years old. I would love to have a 10,000-year-old guitar. That would be just fantastic. Lady B says, wow, Amy, I send mine the day after Turkey Day. Nice. Debbie says, my mom's dad had a shed where they kept the meat that was packed in salt. The technology is probably gone now. It could be 100 degrees outside, and we could go in the shed and cool off because of it. Yeah, no, they still do that.
Keep going.
Debbie says, it was always so cold in there. I'm not sure how they built that with no electric, but cold like an AC was on. Yes, that's more than likely it was partially underground. And what they did is they insulated it to the point where no heat could come in from the outside. And that's anything that's absent from the sun is 32 degrees, which would feel cold to a person that's not used to AC. Aaron says, I remember those. Right on. Big John says, I had a black and white TV in the 70s. I had one too. Everybody had a black and white TV at some point. Lady B says, love y'all. Good night. Had a blast.
Night, lady.
I thought you wanted me to send you an email. I got to wait and see if everybody sends me their emails first. Amanda says, good night, lady. Lady B says, sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, Lady B. Aaron says, remember the TV with the clock, with the clocks, the mini ones. Are you talking about like a portable TV that you could carry around with you? I have had one of those before. Some of them were like the size of a little radio. Some of them were long. And had a big antenna on it, if that's what you're talking about.
No, I think I remember what he's talking about. I remember seeing some bigger TVs, old school TVs with clocks on it, little round clocks.
I guess I never saw one of those then.
And then some of them had the old school, the Rolodex numbers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the big
black number, the big black flaps with the white numbers that flip like a Rolodex.
Yeah. That's just a technology for flipping numbers. They did that in clock radios and
that's what I'm saying.
Letter boards.
I remember seeing TVs with those.
Yeah. Big John says, good night, Lady B, heart. Aaron says, I thought mine was the shit. I guess I've never seen one. Lady B says, sending you an email, Jake and Amanda. All righty. I'm looking for it. Aaron says, it was like a combo and had a radio in it. The one I'm thinking about is a small portable thing that you could get and add a very low quality CRT lens. Barely make out what was on it, but you could watch TV on it.
You're thinking about the one that had the weather channel, the weather nowhere or whatever on it, and all that stuff. Yeah. UHF and VHF. Yep. Big John says, I had a boombox with a TV in it as well in the 80s when I used to break dance. I'm not the only one then, huh? Amy says, I loved my boombox. I always wanted one of those big ones that you carry on your shoulder. I never did get one of those, but I wanted one bad. Amy says, I remember making mixtapes off the radio. Oh, yeah, the old mixtape. What a beautiful thing. That's how you showed love right there. Make a mixtape, pass it off. And call it in for dedication hour.
Dedications, yep. trying to edit the song where you stop the DJ from talking but get the beginning of the song. That was an art right there, an art form. All right, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of DJs, I'm going to call it a night because it is 10:17 and I'm tired. I got to go in early tomorrow. So I love you all. Thank you for all of you who support the channel. Thank you for your super chats. I didn't get any tonight, but that's all right. We'll get them tomorrow night or for Friday night. Have a good night. I love you all, and I'll see you on the flip side. Amanda?
Good night, y'all.
Aaron says, I remember we had those, and my dad came home from church, and there was a guy with his foot out of the window, and he had the TV in his hands, and he was stealing it. And my dad used the pew-pew. Oh, somebody was stealing your TV, huh? Must have had it chained to your bike. Sorry. Amanda says, good night, all. You read that.
Nighters all. See you Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live. Much love.
Amy says, I'm looking forward to see what Aaron comes up with for our creation for the intro. Yeah, Aaron. See if you can do a Untethered Live intro. Debbie says, good night, all. Big John says, okay, good night, all. Send you Super Chat Friday. That's fine. Thank you. No problem with that. Send me your address, though, so I can send you mine and get you your hoodie. All right. That's at the bottom, and I'm going to bed. So I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me on a Wednesday night. God bless each and every one of you. Be nice when you go out into the world tomorrow. Drink more coffee. Stay hydrated. Stay happy. And I'll see you guys Friday night. Thanks for watching.
Night, y'all.